Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Sip and Review. Today I will be doing a popcorn review, guys. I do have an entire playlist on what I call popcorn reviews. I will be reviewing movies and different series from platforms like Netflix and Amazon Prime, etc. So this is something new I have going on. I wanted to start this a couple weeks ago when they first launched Ratchet. However, I lost my notes and I also did a video that I accidentally deleted. So guys, I will have to go back and maybe watch the show for some of the stuff that I don't remember. I binged on it for like 2 days straight, just straight through. It took me only that long to watch the entire season 1, which is usually how I like to do. On my off days, I like to binge on my favorite shows. Today, however, I will be doing The Haunting of Bly Manor, which is a Netflix series. Guys, if you have not watched it, please start watching it now because I will be doing reviews on that. So I will be posting my commentaries about this show. So let's get started. So it's an American couple and the caretaker of 2 orphans in a grand English manor. However, the manor is haunted. So I'm going to review a few episodes. I won't go all the way through because there is a total of 9 episodes. So now it starts out with a rehearsal dinner. There's a man speaking and he did not give good advice about marriage. I mean, it was a very negative speech that he gave. Now you have to pay attention to the words that he used though. Now he said, you get to watch them die and suffer the pain of losing them. Now, it sounds like he doesn't want them to get married. But why though? So, let's get to the scene where it's London in 1987. When the girl almost got hit by the car, she saw a ghost with bright eyes through the car's windows. Now, at a job interview, she applied to be a tutor to the 2 kids that they said were adopted in the movie. So, in the series, I'm sorry. So, when she's at work, he says that, when he's at work, he said that he does not want to be bothered at all. He does not want anyone to bother him about the kids unless there's an emergency, okay? So, the catch is that no one wants to work there because someone died in the home and they believe the home to be haunted. So, they were at the bar and just so happened she bumped into the guy that interviewed her, okay? So, they sat down, they had cocktails together, and she was able to convince him to give her the job. Now, you notice now that, when she gets back to the room that she had been staying in, she keeps all of the mirrors covered, okay? So, there's a reason why she's keeping all of her mirrors covered with sheets. So she gets to Bly Manor and she finally gets to meet the kids. So Flora's favorite word is splendid. So she sounds like this child has an old soul. She's sweet now, she's precious. So now the little boy was not so nice now. He did have perverted behavior now. The lady was getting undressed. I'm going to tell you why I say that about his behavior. Now, while the school teacher, because that's the position she was hired for, to be the kid's school teacher. So while she was getting undressed, he was just standing there watching her. So I get that, like, just little, you know, boys his age, they would do that out of curiosity. So clearly, as you can see, the little girl sees ghosts, as well as the kid's teacher does. So, little spoiler alert, this is why the lady always covers up mirrors. So, Flora wants the nanny teacher to stay in her room at night until morning. So, there's a reason why Flora is warning the teacher in the sense of stay in your room at night, because it's not safe for her to be roaming the halls at night, because remember, this is Bly Manor and it's haunted. So, the nanny didn't listen to Flora's warning. She decided to roam the manor late night while everyone was asleep to make herself a cup of tea. Big mistake. Now, she came very close to the reason why Flora told her to stay in her room at night. Now, there was someone watching her in a black cape. Now, Flora told her that she knows that she didn't stay in her room last night. On the next morning, that's what Flora told her at the table when they were having their breakfast. Now, she doesn't want the lady to see her. And she's like, what lady? Flora said, the lady in the lake. So the housekeeper, which is the black woman, and her name is Hannah. Hannah, if you notice, Hannah does not ever eat the food. Okay, guys, so for some reason, there's something about the food that Hannah does not want to eat the food that the chef prepares for them. So, just like the nosy school teacher, let's talk about her. She still took her behind on the left wing because, now, also was mentioned in episode 1, no one is allowed in the left wing. This was told to the teacher and everyone else who ever enters Bly Manor. They are not allowed in the left wing. Okay? So the teacher is hard-headed. She's very, very curious, and she likes to roam, and she does not listen. So, which is also the reason why some people die first in movies, because they have to go see what's going on, when they should stay their tails put in one place like you were told to do. So, now there was a scene where the kids locked their teacher in the closet. So she had a panic attack. Now, you know, in the closet they had mirrors, and it frightened her to see what she usually sees in a mirror. So I feel like those kids are very, they're bad. Like, that was not nice of what they did to their school teacher. So guys, I'm going to move on to episode 2. Now, episode 2, it starts out with the housekeeper mopping up the muddy foot tracks on the floor. The reason why she's mopping up the muddy foot tracks on the floor is because when the kids locked their school teacher in the attic, in the closet, it was because the kids go out and have a nightly run while they're barefoot. Okay? So, instead of having their butts in the bed sleeping at night like kids are supposed to be doing at a certain hour, they like to roam the halls and go outside and run and play, and when they come inside they track up the floors with mud. So now we know that was the real reason why the kids locked her in the closet, and they lied and pretend as if they couldn't find the keys, they couldn't get her out, but when in actuality they did take the key out of the closet door and they took it with them. So, but did you see the scene when they had a child downstairs in the basement with the dolls? And that's why I don't do basements. Like, it's scary, it's creepy. Now, how did this come about? It came about because her brother, Flora's brother, Miles is his name. So he threw her doll down the laundry chute because he was upset with his sister. So, unknowingly, the teacher volunteered to go and get, Flora's doll out of the basement. This is where I said she didn't see the child. Actually, the child was hiding. And there were other dolls, life-size dolls, if you will, that were like the same size as the little girl with the disfigured face that was in with the dolls. So the teacher did not see it because she has no clue what she has gotten herself into. She thinks she's just working, doing good, teaching kids, young kids. And the boy, let's talk to his name is Miles. Now, Miles was going to a boarding school. Miles got kicked out of the school, and I'm going to tell you why. So Miles got kicked out of the school because he killed a dove. So he was going to, it was like a Catholic boarding school. So, and also Miles had choked his classmate as well. And I feel like he's the reason why the other classmate could not make it to school, because I think Miles hurt him as well. So Miles got called into the disciplinary office or whatever, and it was told that Miles was going to get expelled for his behavior. Now, and when they asked Miles why did he do it, because Miles' teacher really didn't want that to happen. Like, he felt sympathy for Miles because he know what Miles has been through. The reason why they became orphans is because their parents died. So, the teacher was feeling sympathy for Miles. And what Miles said, the only thing Miles had to say about killing the dove was that he wished that he would have done worse to the dove. How awful of him to say that. So, now, a note was found under Miles' pillow, and it was a note from his sister saying that she wanted him to come back home. So it's also believed that Miles purposely did what he could do to get expelled. However, maybe that is true, but I also feel like part of Miles wanted to do it because he's just an angry kid because he misses his parents. So, now Miles, he did get the flowers from the rose garden. And he gave it to his teacher. It was his way of apologizing to her for locking her in a closet because he felt bad for what he'd done to her. Now, which also pissed the gardener off because she's very particular about her roses and she likes to keep them a certain way, and she don't want them cut until they're ready to be cut. And in addition to that, he didn't just go and pick roses, he left a mess behind. Rose petals were everywhere in her rose garden, looked like he just tore it up. So, now, since the kids had a great day that day, the kids got rewarded and are now playing hide and seek with their teacher. So, still, though roaming in the hallway, that I said the teacher saw on episode 1, where she didn't see it, she almost saw it, was because there's a ghost, and it's a girl dressed in black, and she roams the hallways at night. So while playing hide and seek, Flora, which is the little girl, she was hiding in the attic. She chose that as her hiding location. So there was a lady in the attic with a disfigured face. So thus far we have 2 people in this series with disfigured faces. So apparently Flora is familiar with the lady in the attic with the disfigured face because Flora told her to hush because she didn't want to get found because they were playing hide and seek, guys. So, and that is the end of my commentary of The Haunting of Bly Manor Season 1. I just did episodes 1 and 2. Guys, please go and watch this on Netflix so you can be caught up with episodes 1 and 2. And I will see you guys for the remainder of the season. I will be posting my reviews on this movie. So, thank you guys for watching. And make sure you subscribe, hit that like, share, and comment. And check out my new playlist, Popcorn Review, as well as my other playlists. Thank you guys. Bye now.